Good afternoon. My name is Anastasia Zabrodskaya, and I'm professor of Intercultural Communication at Tallinn University Baltic Film Media Arts and Communication School. And I'm head of the master's program in Communication Management. And today we are here for Communication Management webinar, where we talk and introduce our master's program. And I'm delighted that today we have our two recent graduates, Thea and Telina. If you could introduce yourselves, tell us about your background.
Good afternoon. I'm Thea Mariamidze. I'm from Georgia. I recently graduated Communication Management Master's Program, and I have been in Estonia already 2 years. And I also plan to continue my studies at Tallinn University.
Thank you.
My name is Elina Buivita. I am from Latvia. I also graduated together with Thea and been in Tallinn for 2 years and enjoying life here.
Thank you so much. And let us proceed with the webinar. As we are now online and we don't know who actually watches us, then I would proceed with the next slide where you see Estonia on a map. And well, just to position ourselves somewhere, somehow, as we see, we are a part of the European Union. And if we proceed further to the next slide, where we also see our country overview, just some brief information. We are, yes, quite a small country, 1.3 million, but we are very ambitious in society. So we have Wi-Fi access almost everywhere. And I think that it is also positive because, like this spring, we didn't actually experience many problems because of remote studies or distance studies because, well, you are online from every part of the country and you can study virtually. Why not? And as you see, our capital was European Capital of Culture. And in addition to Estonian, English and Russian are also widely used here. And let us proceed with the next slide, where you see, yes, Tallinn University. If you come here to study, maybe you will be happy to have the same nice element of being a student of Tallinn University. And the next slide, well, I'm very proud of our campus. And if you see, we have really nice names for our buildings: Terra, Astra, Silva, Nova, Vita, Mare. And to be honest, Vita is so new and it was opened recently in January, just before this pandemic time. I don't even know what is the meaning of Vita, but Terra, Astra, Silva, Nova, Mare, I think it's understandable. Ground, stars, forest, new, and sea. But, well, if you come here, then you will also learn what Vita means. And Tallinn University is ranked quite highly in the arts and humanities subject rankings. And let's proceed further. Now we arrived to the communication management program. So what do we have to offer? Well, we talk about, surprise, communication management. And we talk about diverse paths of communication management, and we talk about theories, methods, applications. So everything that is connected with communication management. And the next slide, you see that you have to study at least 2 years here, and you have to pay 1,900 euros per semester. And these are cyclical studies. This means that on the master's level, as it is quite important for adult people who actually come to study on the master's level, that yes, it is quite possible to be both an active worker in the field, for example, a practitioner, and also to study, since these are cyclical studies. And let's now go further. The question, if I pay 1,900 euros, what should I get for that money if I come to study? That would be my question if I would be probably a person who attends that webinar. So we have international staff members who share their experiences, who try also to bring together real-life experiences and theoretical approaches. And next slide, as you see, we have the Center of Excellence in Media, Innovation and Digital Culture. And the next slide, you see here information about our staff. The head of this center is Professor of Media Innovation Indrek Ibrus. We also have one more professor, Professor of Media Management and Economics, Ulrike Rohn. Well, it's me, Professor of Intercultural Communication, Anastasia, and then if we proceed further, Associate Professor of Social Media and Visual Culture, Katrin Tiedenberg. We have Associate Professor of Cross Media, Alessandro Nani, and also strong practitioners working with us, Anne Lalaneot, Karin Luiga, Kerli Kirsch-Schneider. And as you see, even from the names, that yes, we are very international. We have very different backgrounds, and I do recommend you to Google the names, then you will also get information about our research background. So, if we go further, then yes, we try to think unlimited and be unlimited, so we actually our program involves more than just communicating with people. It is something more. It is the fundamental role of communication. It's the process of communication. These are different perspective, modes, means, approaches to communication. And the next slide shows what different subjects we offer here. And even looking at the titles, you see that it is something more than just communication. But it is different subjects. These are different subjects that are connected with communication, that tell us some more about background of communication. And those that are highlighted in yellow, these are compulsory subjects, and we also have sub-subjects as, for example, risk and crisis communication theories. And I think if we actually take it seriously, what has happened this spring and what emotional time we had and maybe still have, maybe we are still very emotional about what is happening around us, then actually we do understand that it is important to study risk and crisis communication theories. And you can also become quite proficient in English because you see that you will get level C1.2 at the end of your studies. Let's proceed with the next slide. So what we try to do, we try to prepare our students to become competent, professional, and to be able to interact at the international level. We try to teach necessary knowledge. We try to teach also language skills. And what is our main aim to offer are opportunities at the highest levels of academic studies, understanding the necessity of lifelong learning, and developing the skills to cope successfully with particular tasks. And the special focus of our program, and this next slide, is on intercultural communication. And, well, if we talk about intercultural communication, then there is not only communication with people who have diverse cultural backgrounds, but these are also people who come from different social classes, who have different genders, who are of different ages. We also study how to communicate with these different groups of people in our globalized world, when everybody has his, her own changing, emerging identity, when our society is very diverse, and where actually when we talk about culture, then we also need to talk about super diversity. And if you proceed further, then you see that our program, the next slide please, and our program is a part of the European Masters in Intercultural Communication Network, and there is a teaching and research network of 9 European universities, and you see the names of the universities here. And what is the idea of this European Masters in Intercultural Communication? Of course, we keep our fingers crossed that it will not happen, that we will not have this program anymore, because the main idea is shown on the next slide, where we have Eurocampus, meaning that during the 4 months, There is an intensive program taught by professors from different universities which belong to this network, and in which up to 5 students from each partner university can take part. And this means that a lot of different people are coming together, and every week we have a new professor who is coming, who is teaching something about intercultural communication, theories, different perspectives, different disciplines that are connected to intercultural communication. And this means that all these different students are studying together. So, well, we hope that our world will still be the same, at least at this point, that we will continue having our EMIC program, because at the end of this program, a student can also get a diploma in intercultural communication, carrying 30 CTS, and this diploma is awarded in keeping with Bologna guidelines and criteria. And the next slide shows you that this Eurocampus or EMIC program has been held in different places, various places, and luckily we had it in 2016 here at this school, Tallinn University Baltic Film Media Arts and Communication School. And it looks like in 2020 we will not go to Utrecht, but we will keep this year and try to wash our hands during the whole autumn semester to talk about this EMIC program. But we hope that we will go to Utrecht in 2021, and there we will have all our diverse groups of students together and all our professors together. So now admission requirements. And probably I hope so, that you have now a question what to do to submit your documents. What you need? You need a completed bachelor's degree, and you need a proof of English proficiency. And all the time you have this link that actually it's quite easy to find our program online and then to see how it is possible to prove that you have your English on the level that you need to have it, and that how to submit your documents. And please do remember that motivation letter must be also submitted, and please don't forget to read about the requirements, what you need to write about in your motivation letter, and also you need to conduct an interview. And here maybe I would ask recent graduates, do you think that the entrance exam was too easy? Was it maybe too difficult to write this letter of motivation, or what is just right?
Well, to my mind, there is nothing difficult in this process if you know what you want, and if you can properly explain in your motivation letter why you should be chosen for this program. And this procedure is very easy. You submit the required documents, then you are contacted very fast, and you have an interview with very friendly staff where they ask you questions why you want to apply for this program, why are you a good candidate to be chosen. You just need to show your best sides and show that you are really willing to study this program, and there is nothing difficult. It's very easy and very fast-paced process and comfortable for all the students who apply.
Yeah, thank you. And let us proceed with the next slide, because it might happen that currently we have people who actually think, well, I didn't receive my BA in the field of communication. Can I actually submit my documents? Yes, you can, because you just need to have your bachelor degree. It doesn't say the requirement that this must be in the communication field. But then you have a chance to pass a leveling module during your MA studies. And here we can ask again our recent graduates, did you have your bachelor in the communication field?
Personally, I had my bachelor's degree in English philology, so...
So did you have to pass this leveling module?
I had to prove that my English was good. That was the only thing that I had to prove.
Yeah, but did you take these 2 courses that actually students who don't have their bachelor degree in the field of communication have to take? No, or you don't remember actually? Now you are so
Yes.
happy that you have graduated. Yeah.
Yes, you take these courses when you are already accepted at the university.
Yeah. So as you see, those who listen to us, if even graduates don't remember anymore that that was a complicated process, this means that actually it is not a complicated process to take those 2 courses, to pass them, and to go happily further with your studies in the next semesters. So this might be easily doable in autumn and spring, anyway, during the studies. So let's proceed now with the deadlines. And the deadlines are, as you see, well, for European Union citizens, 1st July, and the deadline for sending your documents by post, 15 July. And actually now we might have a question, who are those potential students whom we wait, and there is a next slide. So you see whom we wait here. We wait here people who are thinking creatively, who are able to produce innovative solutions, who are interested in communication, marketing, sociology, intercultural communication, or in humanities in general, who would like to live abroad after graduating and who would like to work in community development projects, and so on and so on. And since actually we do wait that our potential students think creatively, then if we come back to this previous slide where we had the deadlines. It might happen that, for example, you think currently, well, I am not a European Union citizen and I cannot submit my documents. Then there is one creative thing that you could do if you cannot submit the documents and enter the program, but you could take the subjects. And now I hope that I will be able to connect via Zoom with Anna Murulauk. I'm sorry, I need some help. If I could ask somebody, it looks like where we could see.
Anyway.
Anna, are you already here?
Yes.
Oh, nice. So, will we see only Anna, or will we see also the slides? We can see both, yes? So, Anna, if you could tell me how I saw you in my courses. My question is, you are not a first-year student in communication management, but you attended my courses. Tell me the secret. How was it possible?
Well, it was not difficult at all. As far as I'm a full-time worker, I have a business to run and have a pretty busy schedule. I decided that probably the most flexible option for me would be to enter the Open Academy. And actually, I made this decision, to be honest, in the very last moment. I went in August to this information hour, and I liked the program very much. And I decided to have a small talk with this department. And they told me that usually via Open Academy, there is 1 or 2 courses that is taken during the semester. And I was thinking that, okay, it's not like really me, because if I'm really interested in something, I think I could contribute a bit more. So I risked a bit, and I took 4 courses during autumn semester and 4 courses during spring semester, and I actually did all of them. And I'm really happy about it.
Okay, and actually you took 8 courses, as we see, and I don't know if others also see that, because I'm a little bit confused who sees what.
I can name them, actually.
Yeah, if you could name the courses, and if you could actually tell to others. So if a person currently is thinking about that, maybe not to take so many courses, but at least some, then what would you recommend? What would be the main recommendation, how to start?
So, well, if a person is not ready to take so many courses at once via Open Academy, for example, I think that it would be good to take really absolutely different ones, so they could, how to say, support each other and to be entwined between each other. So I would definitely start with the basics of intercultural communication.
Oh, that is my course.
Yes. I would also definitely take social media and society. And if I had to choose only two, if I had to choose the third one only, I would also take marketing and business communication. And all of these were in the autumn semester. For the spring semester, I chose super diversity, globalization in identity and society, international public relations, and transmedia storytelling theories and methods. But again, if I had to choose only, for example, two of them, I would probably take transmedia storytelling theories and methods and super diversity in international communication, intercultural, communication, if I only had to choose two. But of course, it, for me, it was really interesting to take more because they are really entwined between each other. And to be honest, I think for me, it was really easy to pass them because they were so interconnected.
Mm-hmm. And if you could tell us a little bit about your plans, are you going to continue with your studies in the field of communication management?
Definitely. So right now, I'm really planning to enter the university as, so to say, as a usual student. So I'm willing to submit my documents before the July 1st, and to write a motivation letter, to have the interview, I hope, and to take 7 courses now during the second year. I'm not really certain about writing uh, my master's degree work in the end of the second year right away, because I have to be honest, I have a master's degrees already. In 2007, I got it in social sciences. So the work itself is not like the primary, so to say, target for me to get. Of course, if I'm ready to do so, I would be happy to do it, for example, in winter, because as I know, it's possible to do it twice a year.
Yes.
So it's also a very flexible system. And yeah, so the most important for me to get the knowledge, because it was absolutely, how to say, voluntary for me, my personal choice. It was not made by kind of inertia that I graduated school, for example, and I just had to choose a university. It was really important for me to get this knowledge because it is really important for my work, for my daily basis work.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much, Anna. And now, I hope that you will stay with us. If we go further, we proceed with the next slide. Here you see again this link about open learning. And the next slide, please. Here you see some more information about open learning at the Baltic Film Media Arts and Communication School. And the next slide, please, because there you will see which subjects are offered for autumn semester. And you see here the subjects that actually Anna was talking about. So please, if you think about maybe not entering the program this year, you might think about entering next year. Why not to try and study some subjects already this academic year, as Anna did. And the next slide, you see also some courses that are suggested for spring semester. And so let's continue with the next slide. And here we now arrive to this level of what you need to acquire, or what you have to acquire, or what we as teachers expect you to acquire at the end or by the end of the program. It depends on the person. Competence in corporate communications, professional interaction at an international level, the ability to be innovative, to handle specific professional tasks, to conduct research in the field of communication, to apply research results to real-life challenges. And if we continue with the next slide about the career opportunities, then actually we do hope that our graduates are able to work where these positions these positions that demand high communication management competence in multicultural, quickly developing environments, to be skilled in communication management, maybe to work in government organizations at the national level, at the European Union level, all kinds of levels of education organizations, to be a researcher, maybe to become a scientist, to be a part of international networks, to work in interdisciplinary expert groups and in cooperation projects. And now we arrive to the stage where actually we should make some use of the situation that we are happy to have here, or I'm honored to have here two students of mine whom I supervised this spring and who are graduates of Communication Management Program, because here I would ask some questions, and I don't know, do we want to have these questions online, or maybe no, we want to have our graduates online. So Thea, Elina, I don't know who would start. What advice would you give to another student who is considering taking Communication Management MA program?
Well, I would like to say that no matter if you had background already in communication or you didn't, or if you're afraid coming abroad or afraid of this applying here, it's actually very easy. The environment is very friendly, staff is really friendly, and there is no high bureaucracy to reach everyone. You can meet your professors so easily and ask all your questions you have. And the courses are very interesting. Tallinn is a very international city, and you can gain really international experience here.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thea, would you like to add something? Oh, I have one more question. Maybe you would like to talk about the strengths of this program.
Yes.
Not about the weaknesses, yeah? I can talk about the weaknesses, but please tell us about the strengths.
Well, definitely one of the strengths is that this tuition fee is lower than in many European countries. And this schedule and this classes are very flexible for students who are eager to work at the same time. I was in the same position, I was working, and for me it was not difficult at all to attend all the classes I chose and to pass my exams successfully. Also, another strength to my mind is that the professors, as Elina noted, are very friendly, very competent. You will definitely gain the knowledge that you expect. And if you another key strength is that you develop critical thinking skills, and after finishing this program, your leadership skills are highly developed. And another key strength is definitely wide range of opportunities where you can get employed after finishing this program, because there are so many different kind of courses in this communication management program that you can find a job in different fields, for example, marketing or PR or communication inside the company or communication between the companies, and you can be consultant in communication, and there are really a lot of opportunities as I noted.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Thea. And well, I will talk about the weaknesses of this program, because somebody has to talk, and me being ahead of this program, yes, the main weakness is, yes, internship. Because if you are currently an Estonian speaker who thinks, well, maybe to attend this program, maybe to study in English, if you are an Estonian speaker, you will not have so many problems when you start looking for internship. If you are not an Estonian speaker person, then yes, I'm sorry, but these opportunities are quite limited to conduct your internship. But we are working on that. We do know that this is our weakness, and we do hope that maybe also people from different international corporations are watching this webinar, or will be watching this webinar, will be reading about our program, and they will learn that actually we do have very good students in communication management here. Please don't hesitate to get into contact with me. And currently, as I see, you see my email and other contact details on this slide. And actually, I will be happy to provide to my students more opportunities in internship, but still, yes. Any more weaknesses? No. We don't have more weaknesses. We are quite strong in our program. And let's now come back to some more questions. If we talk about efficiency of our program, and we have one more question here. What do you think, Thea, Elina, if you take and if we look at these new skills that you have acquired here, was this program really efficient? Even if you take into account our weakness in terms of internship and finding a good place to conduct your internship in communication management in English. So that's important, I emphasize, not in Estonian, but in English. Then still, do you think that our program was efficient?
Well, yes, I think the program, of course, was efficient. We learned a lot of new things. As also you mentioned, there are so diverse courses, not only intercultural communication or the basic communication theories, but introduction to media management and economics and transmedia storytelling, which really broadens what you have learned before, and it really gives new meaning to communication management, I think.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Thea.
Yes, of course it was very fruitful going through this course. Because as you already know, communication is the key in every kind of relationship or workplace. So after finishing this program, I ensure and I guarantee you will be very skilled in communication, which you can use in everyday life, at work, or in your private relationships. And also, as I said, and as we already noted, it gives you a lot of opportunities to get employed in different fields.
Yeah, and I have one more question, and just to remind to others that Elina is from Latvia and Thea from Georgia, not the state, but the country. Yes, but we have had students from the United States as well. So if we now think about how did you find Tallinn University on a map? So how did you learn about this MA program in communication management? Why Estonia? Why Tallinn? 1.3 million, such a small country. How did you find us?
Well, for Latvia, Estonia is a neighbor country, and when I started to look at opportunities where to go abroad for my master's, several people suggested me to look at Tallinn and Tallinn University, and that's where I found this communication management program, which for me was a win, because Tallinn is so close to Riga and I can go home almost every other weekend, and still I can enjoy this international experience here with many international people and staff members. So it's I think it's a really good opportunity.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, as for me, I learned about Tallinn University and about this program when I attended educational fair in Tbilisi 2 years ago. I was not planning to continue my studies that year, but this program and Tallinn University staff who were participating in this event, they were so friendly and they showed me the benefits of this program, and I made up my mind, why not to apply this summer? I can be chosen as one of the students, and I did the right thing because I was chosen. And of course, I'm very happy that I went to this fair and I met these people who guided me to this place, this amazing city and very nice international university.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Thea. And I think that it's now time to check if we have some questions from those people who are listening to us in Zoom. And okay, yes, we have a question about how is the student life in BFM, Baltic Film Media Arts and Communication School. So was it boring being a student here?
No, actually, there is a medium, which is BFM student corporation, I think. And yes, there were several events that you could attend, like movie nights or pancake mornings, which was so great to have fresh and warm pancakes in the morning. And of course, you have different events during the year and opportunities to meet new students, Estonians and international students. So I think BFM offers this opportunity to meet people through events.
Mm-hmm. And we have a question about, is it possible to find job opportunities in Estonia in English after the graduation? Do you think?
Definitely, yes, because Tallinn and Estonia in general is becoming more and more international year by year. And for me, for example, it was not a challenge at all to find a job during my studies, not even speaking about finding a job after graduation, when you are so competent and you have so much knowledge. So yes, I assure you it's not easy to find a job here, because there are so many companies, especially international ones, who need English-speaking employees, and there is high demand always. So it will not be any you will not have any difficulty in finding a job in Tallinn, I think so.
Yeah, and maybe Elina, you could tell us, is it possible to study Estonian, for example, during the studies, so to get at least to some kind of a level of Estonian?
Yes, also in this program you can choose several electives as you wish, and I chose Estonian language. So during these 2 years I learned the basics of Estonian, so I can understand what some people are asking in a store, for example, and there's of course opportunity to develop the language as well.
Yeah. So actually what I have to tell as a professor who teaches in English, in Estonian, also in Russian, unfortunately only 3 languages, not more, well, I'm always happy when I have international students, and I'm happier when these international students start studying Estonian. I worked as a professor of Estonian as a second language before I became a professor of intercultural communication. So I'm always happy when somebody says me tere, aitäh. So you see a smile on my face. So interactions. How much interactions do we have with other courses and fields? To be honest, that is quite a broad question. I think that I will reply to it. Please, Gerli, let me know if it is not the reply that you expect. But actually, we have quite a lot of students that might come from different schools that belong to this university. This might be, for example, School of Humanities or School of Educational Sciences, and they might attend the same courses. I teach all courses that are connected with intercultural communication, and we always have a lot of Erasmus exchange students who attend those courses. If you think about the fields, then actually you saw that communication management is positioned actually in the middle of different fields. We have close connections with media, with transmedia, and it's also intercultural communication. So it's not only communication standing somewhere far from other fields. Okay. For international students, will it be possible to start the studies in August and apply for a visa beforehand? Well, you now make me to think that I'm now somebody on this earth who knows everything what will be happening in the next months. We don't really know what will be happening, because actually what I know that those international students who are not the citizens of the European Union countries, they actually already passed admission exams, and now they have time for sending their documents, like copies of their diplomas, some kind of other documents required, and the deadline is the beginning of July. So if those person who is asking is one of those students coming from a third country and a citizen of this third country, then we don't really know what will be happening. If the borders will be open, and if nothing bad will be happening again because of this pandemic and this COVID, and I don't even want to name all this kind of stuff. So we try to think positively. We hope really that students will be able to submit their documents, to send their documents by mail, by snail mail. those who are citizens of European Union countries. So, as you know, your deadline is 1st July. And if you submit your documents, you can send your documents by July 15th. So, for example, those who are listening to us or will be listening to this webinar later from Latvia, from Finland, from Estonia, some neighboring countries, then actually don't worry about the document submission. I'm really pretty sure that you will be able to submit them in time. If you have previously graduated in, you studied PR, should you be afraid of this program being too simple for you? Well, okay, if you come and you start studying, I will ask all teachers to have special kind of assignments for you. That's a joke. But actually, as you might see, that our program is quite international, it's quite interdisciplinary. And we always have this challenge that in one room we might have people who are quite skilled in the field, and those people who are not so skilled, who are just the beginners, because we might have people who actually graduated in the field of communication or in the field of intercultural communication or in the field of PR. And of course, each professor takes it as a starting point when conducting a course and when thinking about the content of the program. Oh my God, so many questions. The next one, how did the school handle the pandemic period? Thea, Elina, what do you think as students?
Well, I think it was good because I had well, mostly this second semester when the pandemic hit, we were writing our master's thesis. So firstly, what was a good thing that the library offered everything online, so we could access all the materials from home, and we didn't have to worry that we don't have enough sources or materials to work with. And then secondly, also classes were held online, at least my class. I took Estonian, and it was held online via Zoom, and I think it was no problem to pass it.
Yeah, and I would tell you, ask my family members, how did we pass this period? Because my family told me that they started to consider seriously buying a special flat for me somewhere, because actually when you have to be online and a lot during the day, and when you have, for example, master seminar, it's again, when you have them somewhere in these usual conditions inside the university in a room, then on one moment arrives when you see that others are coming in, you have to finish, you have to say goodbye to your students. But when you are online, you might have nice interactions during the seminar, or when you have a lecture, then again you just talk to people, or you just read and comment on assignments. So I would say that actually in Estonia, we were quite Estonia, meaning that we were quite good in e-learning. Yeah, but anyway, some more questions are coming. We have a student from Morocco who received a conditional accepted offer. Nice, congratulations. And you sent your documents by snail mail, and you still don't know what the next step will be. Well, I hope that your documents are somewhere, on a plane, who knows, on a ship, in a car, moving to Estonia from Morocco. And I'm pretty sure that as soon as your documents are received, then actually you will get a notification. And if your documents will not arrive, I'm pretty sure that you will also get a notification. But I don't know what to say. So I think that we are somewhere in the middle of the process. So let's hope that, yes, your documents will arrive. Oh, somebody's writing that Tallinn University did an amazing job during the pandemic period. Oh, nice. Thank you so much. I'm happy to read that. I hope that you enjoyed your studies. Okay, the same student, that your documents were already approved, positive. Well, yeah, but if your documents were approved, then this means that you got some kind of a notification, but maybe if you have a question, maybe you will email those person who are in touch with you, because I think that you saw me only during this admission interview, if I'm correct. And to be honest, I'm not connected with this process of submission of documents. I don't really know when they have to arrive, who checks what and who does what, who replies what. So if you actually really worry about what will be happening with your documents and when you get your reply, please email those people or just send your email to my email address, and I will try to find those people who are in charge of all these processes. Okay. Do we have any fun, Thea and Elina, outside of our school for international people? So let's talk about Tallinn. In the beginning, I said that we were a capital of culture some many years ago. Now we want to become even more ambitious. We want to become, do we want to become a capital, green capital? Yeah, something like that. So we always want to become somebody. I think that's also understandable. We are small, we want to be visible. So is there any fun around us?
Yes, of course there is. There are not only studies and books and readings and like assignments, of course. As we already noted, Tallinn is a very international city. And there are so many international students, and there are events especially made for these people who want to gather and spend some time, get to know each other, their cultures. For example, university organizes some events like they take you around the old town or show you Tallinn sightseeings, and also they organize some events where you can have some drinks, you can chat with other students, or there are Halloween evenings or some Christmas parties. So there is a lot of fun. And you won't be bored here. Like, it's very fun to live in Tallinn, to study here, and you will gain a lot of international friends, I'm sure.
Yeah. Elina, do you have anything to add? If we compare, by the way, we always want to compare ourselves with Latvians, with neighbors. So do we have more fun that Latvians do in Riga?
I think in every city you can find fun. So
Yeah.
Also, if you come to study to Tallinn, of course, you can enjoy everything that is here, and also the close connections to the neighboring countries as well. Even the international club organizes some trips to Finland, for example, or even you can take a weekend to go to Riga as well, so you can explore Europe even more if you're here.
Yeah, and actually it takes only 4 hours to go by bus to Riga, or it takes 2 hours and a half to go to Tartu, which is also quite nice and cozy, small city and very safe. And actually Tallinn is also a very safe capital in comparison with some other capitals. Where are we having our Zoom live, and do we have our own studio in our school? Well, no, we don't. We are Baltic Film Media Arts and Communication School, and of course we have some kind of really nice rooms to organize such webinars as we are currently having here. And those students who actually attending currently this webinar or will be listening to it later, if you don't want to study communication management, but you are interested in cinema, in some kind of, on the bachelor level, suhtekorraldus, public relations in Estonian, and in transmedia studies, then please take a look at the website of our school, and then you will see that we have plenty of opportunities. We have even here our own cinema, and we have plenty of opportunities for those people who are interested in TV, in cinema studies, and so on. And do we have more questions coming? No? What do we have to say more? We have already talked a lot. Yes, Thea.
I would add one thing. Tallinn University has a very nice dormitory for those students who can't afford to rent the whole flat. I lived in a dormitory for 1 year. The staff is very friendly. It's very affordable price for students from any country. I think the price is like minimum, and it's very clean. You have everything there. It's very quiet, and if you are worried about your accommodation, don't take a step back. Apply, and if you are admitted into this university, then you should definitely apply for this dormitory, which is very nice. And I think that it is one of the advantages of Tallinn University to have such a nice and clean and friendly dormitory for students.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. And any more questions coming? No, I don't know what to say. What those who are listening to us, what do they expect to hear? It looks like we talked a lot, and currently, yes, you see on this picture, there is one of our buildings, Terra building, on a campus, so you see it's quite beautiful, and a lot of people around, so having fun. So, if we don't have more questions from our listeners, and well, just email me. You already saw my contact, and I will be happy to tell about how good we are here, and we are good, believe me, and our students are good, as you saw. Thea, Elina, thank you so much for coming here and for sharing your experiences with me and others. Why study in BFM? Oh, one more question. Why study in BFM? Well, maybe that would be also my conclusion. Why to study here? First of all, I would say that Estonia is a small country, 1.3 million, yes. But as we are small, we are very ambitious because we want to be visible on a map, not only geographically, but also on a scientific map. And if we think about our field, communication management, then we do understand that we need to compete with other universities, and we try to do our best. And all our professors who work here, and just take a moment, go back to that slides where you saw information about the Center of Media Innovation, about the professors, check what is behind their names and what these people are dealing with. Then you will see that we take it as a challenge. We want to see more and more students here, and we will be happy to see local students who want to experience this learning in international environment, learning in English. And I'm quite happy that maybe because of this situation that we currently face, locals will come and study with us. So please don't hesitate to contact us. Please don't hesitate to come here and to study here in English. And well, everybody who is interested, please just email me if you have questions, comments, suggestions. And once again, if we have some kind of international companies who are interested to get students for internship, then please contact me as well. We do need more cooperation partners, and we are open for your suggestions. Thank you so much. It was really nice to meet you here. I hope you enjoyed our webinar, and have a nice day.
Thank you for listening to us. And as the professor said, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact the university or the professor. They're always happy to answer your questions.
Thank you everyone for being here and listening to us.
Yeah. Thank you.